Well, hey there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have had a good week, and hopefully you all are having a pretty good Friday. I saw something actually a little bit earlier, and it was, I think, actually posted yesterday, but I just saw it today, and I don't think anybody has really said anything about it. It's definitely kind of interesting, and yet can be kind of infuriating also. But before I get to that, if you are new to the channel or you're new to hockey in general, I'm very happy that you found you found the channel, and hopefully you enjoy the videos. If you do, it would be greatly appreciated. It would be absolutely awesome if you would hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to be notified anytime future videos are uploaded, you can tap that little bell and it will turn on notifications for you. As I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm about, I think, 120 off. So, hopefully we can get there, sooner rather than later, obviously. But with that said, I saw an X, I guess it's called now, because Twitter is now called X. And I saw a tweet or an X, whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you like. I still call it Twitter. Allan Walsh, who is, a player agent. He has many clients that play in the NHL, that play in Major League Baseball and football. I mean, he's got clients all over the place, in every sport. And he posted a tweet which was interesting. Now, I understand you're trying to get the most money you can for your clients. Absolutely. I mean, what agent wouldn't do that? But he went and he actually did add a little additional context to it, because the initial tweet had me going, wait a minute. So his tweet basically was this. He talked about Austin Matthews being he's making the highest average annual value in the NHL right now. He just signed a new contract that kicks in next year, where he's going to be making $13.25 million per season. And he went and compared that to the other major sports. And in comparison, as he said in the tweet, that's 113th highest paid in the NBA, 103rd highest in Major League Baseball, and 88th highest in the NFL. Now, there's a big difference. And it was good that he actually added context to it, because when you look at the rest of it, you can kind of understand why that number is nowhere near these numbers. It's very simple. It's called revenue. Now, 2023 league revenues in the four major sports. The NFL league revenue in 2023 made $19 billion. Their top salary in the NFL is $52.5 million. Major League Baseball brought in $10.8 billion in 2023. Their top salary is $70 million. The NBA, they brought in $10.5 billion. Their highest salary is $51.9 million. And then you got the NHL. The revenue the NHL made this past season, $6 billion. Their highest salary, $13.25 million. So when I saw that initially, and I saw how he compared that, and I'm like, it's apples to oranges. You can't compare that. Because it'd be one thing if the NHL's revenue was in this neighborhood. They're not. Now a lot of people can blame Gary Bettman for that, which honestly, I mean, I think Bettman's done some decent things for the NHL, but boy, I mean, when he came in in 1990, when he came in, and they had I saw the Sports Illustrated cover. I think we had that because we used to get the Sports Illustrated at my mom's house, and we had that, and we saw how it looked like the NHL was going to overtake the NBA in revenue, in fans, and everything. And then it just, you know. Now, I think Gary Bettman does have a lot to do with that. You know, with the lockouts, the lost season, all that. But it's not just Bettman. It's everybody basically in that front office. You look at the other three sports, the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA, they know how to market their players. They know how to market their players, and they know how to market them well. I mean, the NFL, they market the hell out of guys like Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes and all these, you know, like they market the hell out of their big name quarterbacks. And they get the name out there, and they're in commercials, and they're doing all this stuff because they know how to market them. They're putting them on billboards. They're putting them on, you know, in whatever you can think of. They're putting their names out there, and they're putting their league out there. Major League Baseball, they do the same. They've done the same thing with guys like Aaron Judge, Shohei, if I'm pronouncing it, Shohei Ohtani. You know, they know how to market their guys. NBA, same thing. LeBron James. LeBron James, James Harden. Some of the bigger players that they have coming in, even the young players, they market the hell out of them. What does the NHL do? Do they market Connor McDavid? Do they market Austin Matthews? Do they market Sidney Crosby? Do they market Alex Ovechkin? I don't see it. The NHL, the revenues are nowhere near the other three leagues, but that is a big factor being Gary Bettman and the fact that their marketing doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Whoever markets, whoever's in charge of player marketing or just marketing in general, they all need to be fired. And to me, they all need to go, beat it. Because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't have a clue. They don't know how to market their players. You want to raise this number. We as hockey fans, we want to see this number go up. I want to see this number in this neighborhood. I want to see the NHL's revenue be in this area. I mean, yeah, they're not going to touch the NFL. Nobody's going to touch the NFL. But there's no reason the NHL can't be in this area with Major League Baseball and the NBA. There's no reason that they can't be a $10 billion a year league. There's no reason they can't do that. But when you have a, a lot of people say, Bettman's been there since 1993, and he's not going anywhere for a while. And, because I know a lot of people would like to see him kind of go away because he's done his time. And I think he should probably retire too. I mean, he has done some good things, but the first thing I look at is it's not just Bettman. The NHL marketing team doesn't know how to market, but this also falls on the team. This also falls on the team owners too. Because who does Gary Bettman ultimately report to? The owners. He's just the face. he goes out there and he is saying he's saying the stuff that the owners want him to say. He is the public face of the owners. If he went against the owners on something, the owners would say, beat it. But they don't. Because he has brought in a lot of money to these franchises. And so I mean, Bettman is a little bit of the problem. But there's so much more. I mean, the league marketing is awful. But again, it also falls on the team owners. The teams don't know how to market their players. They need to be these are players, they need to be on commercials, national commercials. Market Sidney Crosby, market Alex Ovechkin, market Austin Matthews, market Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. You've got a brand new superstar coming in too. Connor Bedard. Market the hell out of that kid. You want to bring this number up. I want to see this number go up. You've got this new superstar that there's a ton of hype around. Way more hype than was ever around Alexei Lafreniere. The hype around Connor Bedard is insane. Market him. Put him on billboards. Put him in magazines. Stick him on interviews across the country. Get the game out there. Get the NHL name and brand out there. If this kid ends up being what they're saying he could potentially be, there's no reason this number can't go up. But you got to market him. He's got, I'm talking magazine covers. I'm talking, I'm talking have him on the ESPN shows. We know ESPN First Take won't have the kid on because, ESPN First Take hates hockey because they don't know a damn thing about it. Or in Stephen A. Smith's mind, all I know about hockey is the puck is black. Yeah, well, learn. Go to a game and learn something. You spend your money on the New York Knicks, which is a garbage franchise basically. They've been horrible for years. You like going to Madison Square Garden? Go to a New York Ranger game. Learn something. But that's what I mean. Bedard should be out there on doing the entire media tour. Everything. He should be on, sports stations. I mean, TV, radio, podcasts, magazines, whatever. Get that kid out there. Get his name out there. Get his face out there. Market him. Because if you do that, and this is the thing. This is stuff that could have been done years ago. Especially when Crosby came in, when Ovechkin came in. I mean, look at Alex Ovechkin. How are you not marketing? How are you not absolutely blowing up the name and face of Alex Ovechkin when he is 72 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's goal record, which he most likely will do next season, not this upcoming season, next season. How is that not out there? How are the NHL or the Washington Capitals not getting it out there to more people that, hey, tune into our game. You might see something awesome here. Especially as he gets close to it. When he gets within 5 goals of Gretzky's goal record, you need to be marketing that. You need to put that out there. Tune into our game. You might see something special. You might see history made. To me, hockey is the greatest sport in the world. But they have people at the top who just, Bettman, he's been there since 1993. He's been there for 30 years? I think it's time. I think it's time to It's time for him to, step aside and let somebody else in. But somebody else in who's gonna do something right. That's gonna get on the marketing team and say, all right, we need to change our marketing strategy. Come up with something all new, and look at what the other sports are doing. Look at what baseball, football, and basketball are doing. Look at what they're doing with their players. How are they marketing their players? How can we do that with our league? It's not that it shouldn't be that hard for the NHL to do that. But again, $6 billion a year, there's no reason they can't be up here. To me, there is no reason that the NHL cannot get to the NBA or Major League Baseball's revenue level. They've got to change something. You got to change the marketing. You got to do something. The teams have to do something. The teams have to market these players. They have to get their names, images, and likenesses out there. Especially with Connor Bedard coming in and the hype that's around him. He should be everywhere. Everywhere. His name needs to be out there. Come watch this kid. Come watch this electrifying kid. I mean, when Austin Matthews came in, how do you not market him? What did he do in his very first NHL game? He scored 4 goals. Hello? Market that. Come see this kid. Look how good he looks. His first game, he scores 4 goals. How do you not have that out everywhere? It's crazy. But, again, and somebody also, I think, went and said, I can't remember who it was. I guess he used to be affiliated with Major League Baseball, but he was like, if Allan Walsh had his way, the players would be making all this money. The NHL would have no salary cap. Yeah, and they'd also would probably be at least 6 teams lighter. You wouldn't have Arizona, number 1, which would probably be a good thing. But you would probably only have 2 Canadian teams. 2. Maybe 3. The 2 being Montreal and Toronto. The third one maybe being Edmonton. I don't think you wouldn't have Ottawa. If the triple hard salary cap, I know is a pain in the rear for a lot of people to figure out. I mean, I've tried to learn it and figure it out, and I'm just like, and I'm like, damn. And I'm like, I can't, it just doesn't all come together in my head. But there's a reason that it's there. And, and the whole, and Allan Walsh, he's said many times, well, how would it wouldn't disrupt the competitive balance. Did he not see back in the 90s when you had maybe, you had like just a handful of like really good teams? They would spend and spend and spend. They'd get all the good players. And any player that started their career in one place and got any good, and all of a sudden, they've raised their value, well, the smaller market teams, they can't afford them. So they lose them. How do you expect the smaller teams to be competitive? How do you do that? I've never understood that. The whole idea of, without the salary cap, you wouldn't see a difference in competitive balance. Oh, sure you would. Of course you would. Because you wouldn't have some of these players that have stayed where they are. I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of weird. But I do believe if the NHL didn't have a salary cap, the NHL would be light at least 6 teams probably. So let me know what you guys think. Did any of you guys happen to see this that tweet from Allan Walsh? And what do you think? And what do you think the major issue is for the NHL? Is it the fact that that it's, because to me it's horrible marketing and revenue not being anywhere near the other 3 sports, which is why you see this difference. Which is why Austin Matthews only ranks in those places in comparison to the other players in the other sports. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your guys' reasons why you think the NHL's revenue and players' salaries aren't anywhere close to the players' salaries here. And yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the videos. And yeah, I mean, I'm all for player agents trying to get the most money for their players, but to throw that out there initially, and then he finally puts out the context to it, and you look at what the league revenues are, there's a reason why Austin Matthews is not making $40 to $50 million a year. So let me know what you guys think. Hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.